I asked her, when she was young, she was exposed to four religions. This is Buddhism, Roman Catholic, Hindus, and Islam. So she thinks that these four are true. But Sikhism, Judaism, Jainism,
Islam is also the same, no?
there's all of those.
Same.
She's like those ones.
Basics are same, but certain people, certain preachers have
created
different versions. In Sri Lanka also Catholicism.
I see what you're saying, because all of religions believe in one God.
One
right?
God.
Exactly. But the differences between them is that the messages that is given to people are not always true.
That is the thing.
You know.
In Sri Lanka it's the same. One Catholic, one called what do you call that?
Jehovah's Witness.
Not Jehovah's Witness. No. The Jerome.
Yeah. Pastor Jerome.
Pastors.
He went on preaching. He made big money, billions of money.
Yeah. Finally, and then went away. Took the money.
You know what happened?
Yeah.
He went on criticizing other religions.
Other religions.
Finally, he was chased.
Now he's in another country. Now he can't come to Sri Lanka.
So that's it.
Oh, because of what he did. Oh, okay.
The problem is now we know the religion is for us to be disciplined. And for us to be disciplined and make the society also disciplined, so that less problem, less misunderstanding and all that. Yeah, peace. But there are some preachers who are extremists. Now say he's a Buddhism or Muslim or maybe Catholic, or they are going to the extent of extreme, they go to the extreme and trying to make money out of it. So then they preach some different version of the original thing for him to make money.
And they the same create things to change people's minds. Minds. So these people also stupid people. They go behind. They are
How did you?
Nothing much. They are. How they mesmerize the masses there. They just get them to dance. They just get them to clap. They just get them to say hi. Like that. No, it's like a fashion. There's another fashion, fashion. So it's a fashion. And then people, the narrow-minded or
brainwashed,
people who are not different, less developed people are going on a nice place and this and that. They got us dance like that and blah blah blah.
So how
most of the people go for this dancing and clapping and singing. Those are the ones. People.
So how does your guys' marriage, like, how did you guys get married? Because in Roman Catholic, aren't you supposed to be equally yoked? You have to marry a Christian. So how did
it is not like that. Because I'm Buddhist, we are very, very open-minded.
Yeah, but like the Roman Catholics are very closed-minded. They can only marry Christians.
Buddhism says it is up to us to decide what to do.
Okay.
Our mind has to be like that for us to decide what to do and what not to do. So it's a development of your mind to that section.
Okay.
But
like, what if you don't know what the truth is? Like, because like if you think something is true and I think something is true, like sometimes we can't agree on what's true.
So it's all about nature. The Buddha has preached only the nature.
Come here.
Nothing else.
Like in the three of us, she believes Jesus is God. You don't believe Jesus is God, or do you?
No, it is up to them. But my thing is, but
you don't want to get him in trouble.
Yeah, I don't want to get him in trouble. Yeah.
What Buddha says.
Do you believe Buddha is God?
No. God. He is not a God.
She said yes.
He's a human being.
She doesn't know.
I don't know about Jesus. I don't know anything.
You guys been married a long time?
I know.
He's not a God. He's a human being and born to
For
a
the
family.
past 34 years.
34 years, and you don't know if he believes
He
Buddha is God.
practiced lot
Okay,
of-
no problem.
Lot of things he practiced 29 years and then he attained Buddhahood.
Okay, attain Buddhahood.
Attained Buddhahood.
So he became a messenger at that time.
That's it.
Okay, in our belief, it's
But he didn't force anyone.
yeah.
He said that this
He
is
just-
the thing, you believe it not, it is up to you. You believe this and you go to that side. If you believe this, you go to other side. So it's up to us to decide.
The reason why I said like amongst the three of us here, like she believes Jesus is God. You're not sure if Jesus is God. You believe Buddha is a messenger.
Jesus is not the God, no. Jesus son of the God.
Okay, is Jesus son of God or God?
Jesus is the son of the God.
Son of the God. But
What you believe?
can Jesus be God too?
That's what you
Sorry?
believe.
It says.
Is Jesus God too?
I mean, we were not born
only
in
the
that.
son, no?
that
Son
type,
is
you
the
know.
God.
Is the Son God too?
Yes.
Seeing
Okay.
is believing.
So she said the Son is God too. The Son is God too.
Son is?
The Son is God too. The Holy Spirit is God.
Holy Spirit.
Son
yes,
is God. The Father is God.
No, it says, the seeing is believing. You have to see to believe yourself. If you don't see, it's a very imagination.
Okay, but like what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to be focused. She says that the Son is God too, the Father is God, and the Holy Spirit is God. But they're not three gods, but one God. But not one, they're all three different. You're saying Buddha is not God, Buddha is a messenger. There is a God, but it's not Buddha, right?
No. In Buddhism,
There's
we won't sort of believe in any God, you know.
okay, so there's no God.
No God. No.
Okay, that's
Only
different.
Only the Buddha. Buddha is
How is
just
different?
now
This
say,
is different.
you're born to a family, no, your parents. No? So likewise, Buddha also a product of a parent.
Yes, yes.
So he went on. Can I tell something?
Yeah.
He born and then he went on. You know, he's from a king, king. You know,
King family?
King family.
Okay.
And only one son. And then while living, he seen that suffering of people.
Okay.
Suffering of people. And then he said that this life is useless. This life is only suffering. You born and you temporarily enjoy something. You eat a nice piece of chicken or nice piece of, that's a temporary thing. The balance, you fall sick. You eat, but that's satisfied, but after eating, so that one also, when you go to the body and all that, it's not, it is for you to survive, but end of the day you fall sick and nothing like that.
Is that where chi comes in? Where you have the negative chi and the positive chi and they balance?
Yes, lot of Buddhism is also there. I mean, now you got a birth now. You have to live anyway.
And you have to die too.
You can't make suicide.
Yeah.
You can't suicide. Now you have to live.
So the way that you view, what I understand, the way you view Buddha is the way that we also view Jesus. That Jesus was created, he was birthed by a woman, same way Buddha was birthed by a woman, so that makes him human being, but it doesn't make him God. But the she believes that Jesus is God. So what we say is, God doesn't confuse people. He gives us one absolute truth. There's one understanding of who God is. And he created these messengers and gave us all the same message, right? But the only way that we know who that God is he gives us revelation. Like the revelation that was given to Jesus, the gospel that was given to Jesus. Not the gospel according to Mark or Luke or Matthew, but the gospel that Jesus preached. That's what we believe in as Muslims. In our belief, maybe Buddha was a messenger of God, but we don't have any information about him in the Quran. So we say maybe, maybe not. We don't know. But if he says things that but if he says things that agree with Quran, like God is one, do not worship idols, then we say that yes, that agrees with Quran.
No, the thing is, Buddha's is now 2023 now. The Christianity came 2023 now.
Yeah.
Now only 2023 only.
AD, yeah.
So Buddha is well before.
Okay.
So that time you are not talking about the God or whatever. Quran and all that. Nothing. And only thing, some religions were there who are, say, if I am a person, if I go on preaching something, there's a religion for it. So then some follows. But it's not a God. Then Hinduism, yes, they go on the tree, they worship trees, they worship various other districts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
all creation they worship.
Yeah, that is that time. Yes. So that is the culture. That time.
Yeah. So
before. Then he went on. It went on after birth. He became to a certain age, and then he understood that this a life. Anyway, we are God. It's a life. It's a nice life. But only thing, end of the day, you suffer. He thought, he preached, he started thinking, and then finally he realized that no. Reincarnation of this one is it's a
reincarnation. Yeah.
Reincarnation is a big problem in the sense you keep now everyone believes on reincarnation. You die and go, and then again you get another birth. I don't know in your language, in your religion, it's like that.
No, we have a birth, like there was we were.
Die and go, finish.
Then there's an afterlife, but an afterlife. After death, there is an afterlife.
Yeah, that's what. In our case,
but we don't come back to this earth. This earth is finite. Yeah.
In our case, he says,
come back to this earth.
Come back, and then if you do, then he realized that it's a temporary life. It's a boarding house.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Temporary life.
Okay.
So during the temporary period, you have to practice. I'm not a person who has gone in deep depth of the Buddhism, but you practice certain things. Yes, you can achieve. If you have got a birth, you share the.
Do you share that belief with them? Do you share that same belief? Do you believe that you is going to be reincarnated into this life?
Of course. Now you see, it's a problem. The thing is, now when you see why people come without arms, why people come without legs, why get babies born,
So would you like to become reincarnated into that?
No, that's right. So that's why he says to avoid the reincarnation of that form of life, you have to do always good things, like say helping each other's poor and various things, and then anyway you can't stop that because it's up to you. Now if I am a person, if I born got a life, and then finally there's nothing for me now, but it's driven by your karma. Buddhism says karma. How you have brought what you call this carry forward your sins.
So in your understanding of karma, you can be reincarnated if you were a bad human being into a human being again, but you will have some sort of disability or amputation or disease or something like that makes your living worse. That's your understanding of karma?
No, it's like this now. Say
We're just trying to understand.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand.
Like,
I don't know.
We're not trying to attack you. We're just trying to understand like how that belief.
I know. So we always now when you see something like your case, you genuinely practice your Muslims religion, right?
I'll show you.
But you are disciplined, right? We take that what a good person, right? You are not harming anyone. You are not harming anyone. You are going your own path, but I see you. So that's what Buddha also up to you. It's up to you. Even what you are doing is correct. It's correct because you are disciplined. You are not going to kill someone. You are not going to kill various fellows, damaging, destroying, nothing. So you do. So one fine day, you also, if I have got a reincarnation birth, next birth, you will also get a birth, with a good.
So I have a general question about Buddhism. Did the Buddha say that he was communicating with a divine source, or is this just from his own opinion?
He talked to the brain.
His own self. Yeah, so that's where in our religion, all of the prophets were in direct communication with Allah, the creator of this universe. And they were revealed that this life is a test, that you are supposed to listen to what God tells you to do and stay away from God tells you to stay away from. And when you die, that will be the beginning of your judgment. And you will be judged on what you used to do in this life. And if you came with the correct belief about who God is, and you tried to strive in what He tried to give you as far as your law, then you can go have a chance to go to heaven. But if you don't, and you have an incorrect belief, then you go to hellfire where you will be punished. So this is where we don't believe that anybody reincarnates back into this world, that there's an afterlife, but the afterlife is heaven or hell. And so what we believe is that because we have that direct revelation from the Creator, it is more reliable than somebody thinking about what is correct and what is not correct. Because if, for example, if me and you, we disagree on what is right or wrong, for example, like, is abortion wrong? Is homosexuality wrong? Is transgenderism wrong? Are these things that are in this society, are they right or wrong? Maybe we agree and maybe we'll disagree. But how do we know who's right? We have to ask, what does God think is right? What does God think is wrong? And that's where I think that our revelation, meaning the Quran, we have it preserved from the Creator. But you are saying that Buddha is speaking from himself. He's not talking to God, because that's not the claim of Buddhism, right? So maybe you should read the Quran.
No, it's like this now. You can. it's like this, because you know why? It is seeing is believing, you know, because we can't expect some unknown and unseen this thing. Now we can see the world. Now here the world we can see now.
Do you believe everything you see only?
Yeah.
Like only?
Nothing else we can believe.
Like, do you know that your parents are your parents? Do you know your father and your mother? Did you see them give birth to you?
It is there, no. It is how that's why the Buddha said, you get a birth when opposite sex.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I know the process.
It is not the case to. Now, once small days, you know, you can't expect that for us to see.
No, I understand that. I'm saying for you yourself, if you only believe what you see, then by extension, you would not believe your parents because you didn't see them.
Our case.
You understand?
Our case.
Yeah.
He says, the Buddha says, seeing is believing. Says you can see. Sometimes you can see harmless people, and things like that. So you see them. So it happens because your accumulation or carry forward things, right? So refrain from those and practice Buddhism. It doesn't mean that you have to be a Buddhist monk but when you go on, I mean, it's a very, very tough process to develop your mind. One time he says that, right? One time Buddha was questioned, eating flesh, is it a sin? No, it is not a sin. Or can you
eat meat?
Eat meat.
Yeah.
You know, he said that it's up to you.
Oh, I thought you guys are vegetarian this whole time.
I can't.
I thought you were vegetarian this whole time, because that's what I learned when I read about Buddhism, that some of them say that like eating the meat is like killing. A sin. Yeah, sin bad.
Yeah.
If he's saying eating meat is wrong, what is he basing?
He won't say.
I know, but you're saying that he's making a value judgment, that it is of the higher price of processing of the mind, that somebody will look at meat and view it as charcoal, and they'll leave it because they are higher processing in the mind now. But I'm saying that is a value judgment. You are saying that this is lower, this is higher. Veggie is higher, meat is lower, right? That's a value judgment. I'm saying, where are you getting that value judgment from? If it's just from the opinion of the mind, we are all going to have different opinions of the mind. For example, I could say meat gives you higher processing of the mind, because that's how we went from having lower brain function to higher brain functioning. That's how we are able to process meat, and that's our body was created to process meat. That's how we're able to have stronger muscles. That's how we're able to run faster, able to fight better. It's because of meat. So we are actually evolving as human beings to an ability that is lower than vegetarian ancestors, right? I can use that as my rational thinking in my mind, right? But we don't have any evidence for that in our mind. Like, where is that evidence coming from? You understand? So that's why I'm saying, let's get it from the Creator.
That's what I say. It is up to you. It is up to your brain to think.
But that's why I'm saying God doesn't send confusion into the world. Do you believe in a Creator? Like, how do you think how do you think the universe was created?
No, I don't go on to that text and find out how.
Well, do you believe the phone has a creator?
Sorry?
Do you believe a cell phone was created by someone?
Like, we give an example to people that think that the universe doesn't have a creator, right? If the universe doesn't have a creator, we give
this one also created by a human being. No?
And so we'll take you there. The universe has form, it has function, it has design, it has laws, it has constants, like constant of the speed of light, gravitational constant. These things, the scientists tell us, had to be there from the beginning of the universe, from the start. If you think it's the Big Bang, or you think it's the ending of another universe and then Big Bang, same thing. There was a beginning, right? Now, whatever that beginning was, that information had to be in the universe from that time. Our question is, who put that information there? Right? We say it's Allah, the Creator. Now, anybody that would see design and function in something and they didn't know who created it, would assume it's a creator. So we say, this phone, if I told you, my friend, that this phone, nobody created it. It has all of these apps, it has all of this camera and everything, but nobody created it. Over billions and trillions of years, dust from the sky, sand from the ground, air and water all mixed together and created this phone. Would you believe me? No, right?
No.
Right. So that's our point, is that the same way, you wouldn't believe that this phone created itself. You should not believe that the universe created itself.
Simply summary of this thing. It says, the Buddhism says that now you got a birth, you got a life, right? You got a life.
But who gave you that life is what our question is.
Because the science, mixing of two different, the female and male.
But would it sound? How does it sound if like it just exploded and this phone was created? How would that sound to you?
Sorry, I haven't gone to.
No. It's just like.
And then it says, our this thing is. Okay.
There's no right or wrong answer.
You got a birth, you got a life, you got a this thing. Only thing now, according to Buddhism, as far as my territory is concerned, my knowledge is concerned, he say that useless going on searching various this thing. Anyway, you have to, for science, for a science is concerned, people are there to see various this thing. But after all, right, even that, the sciences who have go to the universe and can find out and all that it is up to you. But actual life is you are eating, going on your normal life, you die and go. So it is extremely, he says that it's not necessary to go like that. Got a birth, go on like normal life. And then,
well, how would you know how a normal life is supposed to be led by?
That's what he's saying, though. There's no such thing as normal. Everyone can live their own life, even if it's objectively wrong. To them, it's okay. So, like in your understanding, if there's a 40-year-old man, 50-year-old, 60-year-old man, he's attracted to little boys or little girls. To him, that's fine because he's following in his mind his higher processing thinking. That's okay in your religion because there's no objective right and wrong. It's just up to the person.
Up to the person.
Yeah, so that's where we say that
Yeah, that's
God
where we
doesn't,
invite
we're
people.
saying come to an absolute morality, a morality that is applicable to all people at all times, so that we're not doing things that for one person is wrong but another person is right. Right? The same way, like I asked you about abortion, is it wrong or right? Right? Being homosexual, is it wrong or right? This issue of eating meat, is it wrong or right? Right? If everyone's doing different things, then you're going to have chaos in the society. But if you follow what God wants and what God says is right or wrong, then everybody is on the same rule book. We're all following the same guideline. Right? And I think that that allows a community and a society to function better than what we see now as chaos.
Okay. Thank you very much so much.
No problem, my friend.
And you see,
But do you want to take a Quran with you? It's in English. You can read it anytime.
Yeah.
It's free.
Let me have.
Yeah?
Why in
Okay.
Sri Lanka?
Yeah.
You know I mean, I always respect all the religions, right?
Yeah.
The Buddha's time also, he has equal respect everyone.
Yeah.
But he says that you just go and then whatever done you find out what is truth and
Yeah.
this and that. And then this is my teaching. If you believe that. If you are not doing that, you do that, right? So that's that.
Well, we just invite people to like this belief because we believe this is a truth. In other words,
I agree with you. I agree.
Our problem, I mean, not that in Sri Lanka, we have Muslims, we have good quality Muslims.
Yes, yes.
Equal like our Buddhist monks, right? But there are a set of people who are extremes.
In Islam,
society,
we say don't judge Muslim about Islam. Islam is perfect. Muslims are not perfect.
Yeah. But one thing I do agree with you, my friend, is that you say it's up to you. Right? Like we give you the message, now you look into it yourself and you decide, is it for you or is it not for you? And what we say is
that is what the Buddha.
Exactly. And that's why we say we
No.
And what we say
also not forcing. Yes.
So that's why
and see if you feel that but it's up to you. You
Yes.
can't force anyone.
And that's why we say
our problem is good that we have a good dialogue, but in Sri Lanka there are Muslims not like they just violent. They are always getting something. I'm a Muslim, we are Muslim, and there are some sort of areas where density of Muslims are very high, and they are going on taking upper hand of that one and trying to harm other.
I understand,
other people.
yeah. And that's why we usually when stuff like that is happening, they're not following the Quran and the authentic Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, peace
I
be upon
don't think
him.
that they are following the real Quran.
Yeah. That's why he said Muslims are not perfect, but Islam is perfect.
And that's the most important part about
Now
humans.
in our country, we had a serious damage to the country in 2019. Right?
This guy has a good way of talking and just keeping your attention.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you?
No, I said that's why we encourage you to look into Islam for yourself. Read the book. If you have any questions, come ask us. We're here every Saturday between 2 to 5 p.m. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. There's no question off limits. And that's why we ask Allah to guide you, because we can only give you the message, but Allah is the one that guides.
In our country, 2019, right? We had a big issue.
2019 Sri
You
Lanka.
jump in a lot of places, and that's why we're having a difficult way to understanding and coming to a conclusion. Because that's important.
I know. I respect.
think that's important.
As I told you, I
no
respect.
worries.
I respect every religion. I'm Buddhist. I don't need to be necessary to follow my religion.
Yeah.
It is like
You're open. You're open, yeah, to being convinced of something else.
Listen to that.
Yeah.
But only thing, okay, now good that we have a good country like this. We have a good interaction and
We can talk, yeah.
But there, can't talk like that.
Oh, in Sri Lanka?
Yes.
Okay.
They say that, go to hell means, blah, blah, very arrogant type. And they, in our country, they ruin the purity of Islam. Right?
Okay.
Islam, because now we have a big problem there.
Yeah.
In Sri Lanka.
That's why we should all have conversations. It's okay to talk.
In Sri Lanka, the reason because 2019, there are 8 places they blasted the suicide bombers.
I think if you read that, brother, you'll have an understanding of why things happen in life, and it would have a better way of viewing life. Brother, I mean, it's never too old for anything, and we're never too young for anything. So, and
I don't want to keep you too long. I know that you guys got families. It was nice talking to you, my friend.
Okay, thank you very much.
It was nice talking to you.
Thank you.
take care, brother.
Have a good one.
Okay.
And come back if you have any questions.
Sure. I'll read.
Nice meeting you. Bye.